I refused to give money to the family that threw me into foster care 22 years ago. When I was 7 years old, my birth parents sat me down at the kitchen table and told me they were giving me away. They said they couldn't afford to feed 4 kids anymore, and since I was a boy, they felt safer getting rid of me instead of one of my sisters. They actually said that to my face, that boys were tougher and could handle it better. My twin sister Kayla got to stay. My 2 younger sisters got to stay. Just me getting thrown away like garbage. The next week, a social worker came and picked me up with 1 garbage bag of my stuff. My mom didn't even cry. My dad just told me to be good and listen to the adults. That was it. No hug, no I love you, nothing. The next 9 years were absolute hell. I bounced between 5 different foster homes. One family used me like a free maid and made me sleep in the basement. Another house, the older foster kid would beat me up whenever the parents left. The worst part was the 3rd house where things happened that I still can't really talk about. When I was 16, I got placed with this older couple named Rita and Frank. They were in their 60s and already had grown kids and grandkids. I thought it would be temporary like everything else. But they were different. Rita made me breakfast every morning. Frank helped me with homework even though he didn't understand half of it. They came to my school events. They asked about my day and actually listened. When I turned 18, they asked if they could adopt me. I cried for like an hour straight. Rita passed away 3 years ago, but Frank is still around. I call him every single day. His biological kids treat me like a real brother, and their kids call me Uncle Mike. They're my family, my real family. Last month, I got a Facebook message from my birth father. He said they were sorry for everything and wanted to reconnect. I told him no, but he kept sending messages. Finally, I agreed to meet them just to get them to stop. The meeting was at some diner near their house. My birth parents looked old and tired. My twin sister Kayla had died 4 years ago in a car accident. My middle sister Jessica was there with her 3 kids running around the booth. Her husband had cheated and left her 6 months ago. We sat there making awkward small talk for maybe 10 minutes before my birth father finally got to the real reason they wanted to see me. He said now that I had a good job and was doing well, it was my duty as the oldest brother to help support Jessica and her kids. My birth mother nodded and said family takes care of family, that Jessica was struggling and they were too old to keep helping her. They'd looked me up online and saw I worked for a tech company, so clearly I could afford it. I just started laughing. I couldn't help it. The whole thing was so insane. These people threw me away when I was 7 because I was too expensive to feed. Now they want me to pay for my sister's kids. I looked right at my birth father and said, none of you are my family. You stopped being my family the day you put me in that social worker's car. Jessica kept trying to talk, saying her kids needed help and didn't I care about my nieces and nephews. I told her those kids weren't my problem and she needed to get a job like everyone else. My birth mother started crying and saying they'd made a mistake all those years ago, but they were still my parents. I told them they were nothing to me, that I had real parents who actually loved me and they were just strangers who happened to share my DNA. Then I got up and left. Didn't pay for the coffee, didn't say goodbye, just walked out. Since then, my birth father has made like 6 new Facebook accounts just to message me. He keeps calling me a boy instead of a man, saying real men take care of their families. The irony is hilarious. This dude abandoned his 7-year-old son and now wants to lecture me about being a man. I blocked every account, but he keeps making new ones. Jessica has tried texting me from different numbers too, begging for money for rent or groceries for her kids. Every time I just respond with the same thing. Not my problem. Find someone else. And then I block the number. Frank thinks I did the right thing. He said some people only want you in their life when they need something from you.